Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. You are looking at the front barrel of a WZ-111G FT. Now, I know Jingles likes to call these fake tanks, but they weren't fake tanks because the Chinese were working on tank destroyers based on tanks that they were actually working on. And this tank destroyer was actually based on the WZ-111 heavy tank. And it's being commanded by Deadhedge of Philo, and he's on the north spawn of Mountain Pass. Now it's a tier 9 tank destroyer, Chinese tank destroyer, and it looks like Deadhedge is going to take it down the ice road, or what used to be known as the ice road. It doesn't look very icy now, but you can see all those beautiful cliffs, the panorama, and this is one of the great things about version 1.0. It really does make you feel you're in a much larger map. Because you look around in all directions and there's no fuzzy outline and, you know, supposed border. You are actually seeing a very, very big outline of the map, or a very big map indeed. Okay, some of the enemy have been spotted. Whoa! Now, I think that's because these two up ahead of him are mini-map up. We can see exactly what Deadhedge was seeing, and yep, there's nobody on the ice road at all yet. I say yet because I have no doubt that there is somebody down there, and Deadhedge is setting himself up using a bit of hull down. Or is he going to go to the corner? Okay, so using the corner. It's a bit dangerous to use the corner in this map when there's 3 Arty in play, because more than likely once you're spotted, the Arty will start firing at you. It's much easier to use the mountains to your advantage, but of course, because of course they obstruct the fire of the Arty, but then they do make you vulnerable to shots from tanks like that Calibre, which is off to the right. Now these jerky movements are actually helpful to Deadhedge as he's moving about. Some players do like to jerk their view around. If it gets too bad, I'll just switch to external view. But he's got a mouse there, so it's going to be a difficult opponent. He's got to try and place the shots in a vulnerable place, and there are very few vulnerable spots on a mouse. But he gets a lovely shot there into the mouse for 828 hit points and bounces 2 rounds. 1 from the mouse and 1 from the IS-3. And he's keeping the mouse in view while he reloads. He's got a 15-second reload. He fires another round in, and this time he gets it onto the front plate. Not the front plate, but the front of the turret. Is he going to go for the cupola? Or cupola? Yep. And straight through the AMX 65 ton. So he's picked up another 736 hit points, and he's rushing him now. He's YOLOing in, and this is a Unicum player doing this. And that one went straight through again for 672. Deadhedge uses the front of the vehicle to block that round. Does take a hit. He stops the round from going through his front plate, but he does take a hit there. Lining up a shot on the mouse, and he finishes the mouse off for 525 hit points. First kill of the game for him. And the next target is an IS-3, and he's retreating. I think he knows what's coming. The WZ-111 is quite deadly. Oh no, he wasted that shot there. He fired a bit too late. He hesitated, and you can't hesitate in certain circumstances like this. Now the IS-3 is coming forward, but I think he knows there's really nothing much he can do. He's headed for the water. He's presenting his rear, and 669 hit points. But he takes the shot from the IS-3, who's then taken out subsequently by the IS-3 on our team. And Deadhedge has actually realised that our own base is under threat at this moment. The enemy have managed to break through on the west side of the map. So what he's going to do is he's going to try and cut through underneath the bridge and get in as quickly as he can, rather than going up the ice road, because the GW Tiger P is coming down that way. He's going to try and intercept the enemy tanks as they're making their way to the cap. It's a bit of a risk, He doesn't know what's around that corner because the enemy hasn't been spotted for a little while. There could be more than one of them. No, nobody in sight yet. There's nobody on the bridge road. Carnarvon was last seen on the bridge road. We've got a Type 4 heavy there, so we know that the Carnarvon's not there anymore. Otherwise, oh, he is there. He's behind Dead Hedge now. I think actually Dead Hedge cannot see that. No, he can't. But Dead Hedge can see that Striv. And he's dialed in, round out, bang. End of the Striv's game. High caliber. And his second kill. Now there's a VK up ahead and a Progetto. Oh, what a mistake, Mr. Progetto. Oh, he's hesitated like the rabbit in the headlights. And he's lost 700 hit points. Well, 698. Near as damn it, 700. And he's bouncing shells off Dead Hedge. He's wiggling like mad to make the shells bounce. And he's waiting for the reload to finish the Progetto off. No, he just pulled behind. And that's the end of the Progetto for 32 hit points. Now, there's no sign of the enemy on that other corner, but the Carnarvon has now managed to finish the Type 4 Heavy. So, there's the Fort VK. Okay, he's headed for the wall. Gives him a bit of protection. The VK's coming down to have a go at him. He plants a round into him for 865 hit points. He's wiggling backwards, trying to avoid the return shot. He takes a hit, and he's got the steel wall now for bouncing 11 shots. Going for the lower plate. Ow! Finishes off the VK for 584 hit points. One shot went straight through the front drive wheel into the VK. No chance he was going to survive that. He's loaded. Just look at all those bounces on the front of the Wizzy. Okay, got one through the guard of the front track and one through the lower plate from somebody. But he's still got 449 hit points to play with, and he's going after the Carnarvon. Now, he's still got a problem with gun depression, as most Soviet-type tanks do, but the Carnarvon's finished off with one tap, 445, but he takes a shot there, and that was Splash from the M53, M55, because it was only 42 hit points he lost, so the shell must have landed a little way away. Yes, I think it landed behind him, so he was lucky to only lose that amount. Okay, now who's around the corner? Can we have mystery contestant number 6? This will be the Top Gun if he gets this one. Poking his nose around. There's an M53, 55 round there for sure. And there's the T54. And he's now out the game for 303 hit points. And the enemy just lost another player, the Batchat 25 ton, on top of the hill. They also lost the M53 55. That means there's only 2 more opponents, and if Dead Hedge can get both of them, that will be a Radley Waters. He's on for it. He's certainly got the high caliber. He's certainly got a Top Gun. He's got a win 8 so far of 13,000, but his teammates are rushing in to finish off the Scorpion, and he's taken out by the Progetto. So no Radley Waters for Dead Hedge. You so worked for it on this game. 407 hit points he's got left. But he's going into the cap. He's just going to sit in the cap. Where's the enemy Arty? There he is. Okay, at least he can get him. And he does. 7 kills. A win 8 of 14,254. Well played, Dead Hedge. Let's have a look at the end of battle results. I'm sure this is going to be interesting. Oh my god, look at this. He got an ace tanker for that game. He picked up a fire for effect for dealing more damage to the hit points of his vehicle. But best of all, he got his first mark of excellence for the WZ-111G FT. He picked up a shell proof because he blocked more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. A duelist for taking out 2 enemy tanks who actually did damage to him during the battle. A lucky, or rather the hand of God as they call it, for actually receiving damage from 4 enemy vehicles during the battle and surviving to win the battle. He also picked up a high caliber for the most damage dealt, a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills, and of course the steel wall for bouncing at least 11 hits from the enemy and blocking at least 1,000 hit points. Wow, that is something else. The win 8 was 14,382 at the end of the battle. And just look at the damage there. That is superb. Now, Let's have a look at team scores. This is going to be interesting. 7,615 hit points of damage. It's almost, well, it is 3 times the damage that his nearest teammate managed to get. He got 7 kills, just 1 short of getting a Radley's, and it would have been so nice if he could have taken out that Scorpion, but his teammates were just so eager to claim that Scorpion's soul, and so it was nice to get the consolation of the last remaining enemy, Arty. But he got the highest base XP. Look at that, 1,716 base experience points. That's more than double. In fact, it's treble the damage. I think it is. Is it treble? No, it's not treble, but it's close. So I'm getting ahead of myself here. It's more than 2.5 times the damage, the 2.5 times the base XP of the IS-3 on his team. So he really worked that game, and you saw how he worked it, and he thought tactically as well. He could see that the base was under threat, so he went to the bowl. He went into the bowl to see if there was any enemy trying to make it towards the base. They weren't, and then he came up the other side whilst his teammates were going up the from the ice road. He was coming up from the other side, and he took on their most dangerous opponent and took him out, the VK4502. Now, when it comes to the details, well, he fired 15 rounds, 14 direct hits, 14 penetrations. Just shows how powerful that gun is. Did damage of 7,615 hit points, of which 399 were at more than 300 meters. He got 14 hits at him. 6 were penetrations, 8 were non-penetrations. You saw the bounces on his front plate, as well as the one that went in below that did penetrate. He actually blocked damage of 2,320 hit points altogether. He spotted 3 enemy vehicles. He damaged 9 of the enemy but killed 7 of them. And he did damage assistance of 632 hit points. He managed to get 10 capture points. I don't really think it counts that much, but it's something else that he managed to get during the battle. Let's look at the credit score. Well, 95,979 credits. He should have got more, I think. After auto repair and ammunition resupply, he still took away 29,986. He got 3 bonds for getting the high caliber, the top gun, and the steel wall. He earned 2,574 base XP on a premium, which is 1.5 times base. He also picked up a mission completion reward for 100% for 2,574, and he got a personal reserves bonus running at the same time for 1,287, which I think is a 50% personal reserves. So he took away 6,435 experience points for that battle, and boy did he earn it, because he really did work that battle very, very hard indeed. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, because if we get this sort of caliber of replay, I think you're going to enjoy being on our channel, because that was absolutely superb. Thank you for submitting it, Deadhedge, much appreciated. And do like this video, do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay in the next video.